Sometimes it's hard for me to show that I'm more than just a title or a comic going viral. There's more to me than people know. Some days I'm broke, some days I'm rich, some days I'm nice, some days I can be a bitch. Some days I'm strong, some days I quit. I don't let it show, but I've been through some shit.
What is up, y'all? I am back with another video for you, and today I wanted to give you guys a little health update because I used to talk about this a lot around this time of year last year because a lot was going on in my life and I was figuring out a lot of things, and I still really am. So there are still a lot of questions than answers, but now Nike's coming. But come here. Come here. She doesn't like not being in the same room as me. But I thought I'd give you guys a health update, so if you guys are interested in really my health update and all that type of stuff, then just keep on watching. Okay, so I'm gonna just start back and recap of what was going on about a year ago to 2 years ago. So over a year ago and stuff, I started becoming really extremely tired and weak and just like out of breath. A lot of weird things going on. I did have a lot of tragic things happen in my life, one of them being my dad passing, which I've never really told that story. I just don't have I don't know, like I want to tell you guys that story just to help others going through it, but I still don't feel in a good state of mind to tell that story and how all that went down and everything. There's just still so much going on around that and things just keep happening. But eventually I can help others by telling that story because I know it will help people. But at this moment I am not going to be telling that story. Anyways, going on, a lot of people started thinking that because that happened, my health issues were related to that. But in my heart I knew it really wasn't that. I knew they were kind of starting a little bit beforehand, but I wasn't noticing it. So I was noticing extreme tiredness, and I just thought I was working a lot, so I was like, okay, whatever. But a couple months later, like April, I guess, not April, like I don't know, February, April, March, I don't know, around there, I started feeling just even more sick. Just started really hitting me, and I noticed I was getting really weak and I was becoming very tired, that it was hard for me to just focus on anything. I couldn't talk to anyone without wanting to fall asleep. I would be in mid-sentence and just falling asleep, and then I would walk a couple steps and I would become extremely exhausted, which was weird because I was a competitive cheerleader. I worked out all the time. That's just something that I shouldn't have had to deal with because I was just fit all around. Okay, so going on with that, I think the biggest thing was just, yeah, I was exhausted and most like being out of breath while walking and just, I don't know, just being tired. And I was just like, I just can't do this. Something has to be wrong. I just knew something was wrong. And so I finally decided I'm gonna go to the doctor. I don't normally go to doctors, so it was just something I never really done before. So, like a doctor, I usually go to the hospital because I also talked about that, my seizure disorder. So, if I seizure, it just becomes a thing where we just go to the hospital instead, like not wait for the doctor. And so, I just go to a normal doctor, and this part was just the crazy part for me. I go to this doctor and I don't know if they're going to take my blood there. Like, I just didn't know what was going to happen. They're going to do something where with my seizures, I can't drive afterwards. So my brother took me, like since he understands what I've dealt with, obviously he's my brother, he understands, he took me to the doctor, and it was really kind of weird. So it was in this building downtown, and I don't know, it was like a woman's center, like of like pregnancy, like it's just dedicated to women, I guess, but they had doctors. I don't know, it was weird. And so I get up there, I find the office, and the first thing I smell, it just smells weird. It smells almost like cigarettes, weed, like it just smelled weird. And I go, and you walk in, and then it has like the little seating area, normal, it looked normal, and then you go to the window, and like the window, no one's there, and I'm like, what? But I look in, and it's like papers are everywhere. It just looked unorganized. It was so weird, and I was just like, okay, this is sketchy, but whatever, let it happen. So I went in and went back, whatever, you know, normal doctor things. And he checks me for lupus because my grandma has lupus, so I had a lot of symptoms for that. He checked my iron level because that runs in my family. He checked for diabetes. He checked for, you know, cancer because cancer runs in my family. All that stuff. And then he wants to check for my thyroid. And everything, you know, he checks for my thyroid. So I also thought it was weird, like, he had the window and it was, like, completely open. Like, it wasn't in a room where, like, most doctors are in a room with no windows. And so I just thought that was weird. I don't know. And, like, things were messy. It was just messy. So, whatever. I trust him. He's a doctor, right? He has to be a real doctor. And so he gives me this form where to go get my blood drawn because he didn't do it there. So I'm like, okay. So I think we did it the next day because we couldn't get it in that day. So I, whatever, get my blood work done, and then the next couple days we get my blood results back, and he goes, you have hypothyroidism. And like, I get this call at work. So nobody knew something was off because I was also losing my memory. Sorry. That's still obviously a thing, but I was losing my memory really bad, and people were noticing because I couldn't remember things. Like, it was just becoming so bad, like easy recipes I couldn't remember. And he calls me and he tells me I have hypothyroidism, and that if I don't take this medicine, I could die. And I can go in a coma, like I go in a coma and I die. And I'm like, well, thanks. That terrifies me. So everything else is normal. It's just hypo, and he puts me on medication for 15 milliliters or whatever it is, and I put it on that. So every like couple weeks, 4 weeks, you get your blood drawn again to test it. And I go, okay. So 4 weeks go by and I get it tested again, and he goes, you're fine, just stay on the medication. And I was like, okay. And just weeks were going by, and I'm like, I'm getting worse, like something's wrong, I don't feel good. And like, I was in tears all the time. Like, I was in so much pain. I was just like, I just felt like symptoms were piling up, and it was just becoming so much. So my boss at the time, she was like, here's this doctor, go to them instead and see what happens. So they go in, blah, 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 test me for everything else. They test me for hypo again, just to make sure that's what I have. And so they test me, I do, and they up my dosage. So, going on, I still wasn't feeling better. I'm like, something's wrong. There's nothing, it's not working, and my heart started, and my chest started hurting. And my heart started, I'm like, I feel like I'm having a heart attack constantly. And they're like, you're fine, it's just your thyroid, whatever, you are fine. So, Nike is talking a lot. So we go through that, and I was at work one day, and I'm like, I'm not doing well. I literally can't breathe. My chest hurts so bad. I literally need to go to the hospital right now. So I walk into the hospital, and they test me for everything. They're like, they x-ray me, and they find, like, I feel like the color just changed. So they x-ray me, and then They find a nodule in my lungs. Nike! What's up? They find a nodule in my lungs and they're like, it's not too big to be concerning or anything like that, so they're like, it'll be fine, you can you don't have to worry about it unless you really want to worry about it. I'm like, well, kind of want to worry about it, but okay. So whatever. I go to work the next day, and then Tuesdays are my days off usually because I would film YouTube for that and do all that stuff. So that Tuesday I got my blood drawn and I need a lay down chair. It just helps me prevent from seizuring, but when they moved from downstairs they didn't change it. So if you really want more in depth about my seizures and everything, I'll link that video down below and all that stuff. But yeah, so that didn't, what happened there, I'll just go a brief inside of that. I seizured, and which is normal. I seizure, we know it, that's why someone takes me, it's a normal thing, but it lasted a lot longer than usual, and I woke up, but I didn't understand where I was. That's not normal for me. I normally know what happened. Like, it'll maybe take like a second. I'll be like, wait, what's going on? Oh, okay, that's what's happening. But I didn't understand. Like, I was just like, mental thing. They're like, okay, she's seizured, whatever. She's probably just needs a waking up. I just didn't understand anything. So I was laying down a little weird, and so I gave myself a little bit to come back to life, whatever, not come back to life, but you know, come to consciousness. And I shifted and immediately went back into another seizure. And this one also lasted a lot longer. And after that, I just like was terrified to move. They're like, just don't move, you're fine, like just stay put. And I'm like, my heart hurts, and I was just like screaming about my heart because it was hurting so bad, and I was just felt like I wanted to just rip it out. It was in so much pain, and I'm just like imagining that pain again. Like, it hurt so bad. And they're like, she needs to go to the ER, she needs to go, and like, so we get me to the ER, whatever, and I go back to sleep. Like, I just can't stay awake, and I like pretty much am unconscious. Like, they're trying to keep me awake, but I keep going in and out of consciousness. I can't speak English, so I do that, and I didn't wake. So this was around 10:30. Didn't wake up until like 1:30 again, because I was gone the whole entire time, like asleep, gone, whatever. And so I wake up. They are like, okay, you saw just a couple days ago you had something in your lungs, we're gonna go test you again. They find it and they're like, there's nothing there. They think it was just something weird with the x-ray. They didn't find anything. So great, I get released and I'm fine, I guess. They're just like, I'm fine. So at that point I was working full-time, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, it's just becoming so much that I was like, I need to work, but my health is so bad, but I'm like, I just need work. So my mom sat me down and was like crying, I'm scared where your life is going, like, you probably won't make it if you keep working, you need to stop, you need to focus on your health and everything. So in August I quit working and I just try to focus on my health, which at that point, I don't understand how I focused on my health, did YouTube, and worked all at the same time, because every day I went to another doctor. I went for my seizures, I went for chiropractor because I have a really bad spine issue where if I don't go to the chiropractor, I can't walk. I go to that specialist. I had to go to a therapist. I went to all these doctors, and then I got a massage because I was getting so much pain in my right side that like I couldn't use my I couldn't use my arm, and it was just becoming so bad. And I got a massage just to see if that would help my pain, and I was just like going somewhere else every day. So after that I was just like, none of this is working, so I pretty much canceled all of my appointments with the doctors except the specialist and after the seizure doctor, they're like, there's nothing we can do anymore because you don't have epilepsy, but you do have seizure issues. So I just went to a chiropractor and I go to my specialist, and that's pretty much it. So after that, I just started giving up on finding hope of finding something or getting better, and I'm still at that point, honestly, because it's been, 6 months at this point, and I'm still extremely tired. I also have upped up my dosage to the point I'm at 50, and that's kind of where I've leveled out at. And like, at my chiropractor, he has all my blood work. He said I was so low that they didn't realize how low I was compared to now, and I have an iron deficiency. So they found iron and hypo. So yeah. So they found the iron level and hypothyroidism, which they kind of give me the answers, but my pain, I'm still there. Why I'm still extremely tired all the time. My heart does hurt sometimes, and I really have bad breathing issues. Like, I had at the airport, I guess I ran, but I guess when I told them I ran up and down the stairs, they just kind of looked at me like, are you sure that's all you did? Because just like I couldn't breathe, but I used to have asthma, so I guess that didn't help, and I guess whatever. But coming to the point now, I do have heart issues here and there. They're not as extreme as they used to be. I do have the weight issue, which I never really knew why I had that issue. So I've always had that issue, so I guess it comes with hypo. And it's also called Hashimoto's. I don't know if you know that. So I have that. My pain in my right arm sometimes becomes so much I don't eat because I'm right-handed. So it becoming no pain, I will just be like, I'm done. I'm eating. I'm not eating anymore. And another problem is I throw up randomly. And my mom kind of didn't understand that until one morning. I just ran to the this was, I think, Christmas morning. I just ran to the bathroom and started puking. And I haven't eaten yet. So she goes, is she throwing up? And they're like, yeah. So, and I just acted like everything's fine because that became such a normal thing to me, throwing up. Like, think about that. That's not normal. To just wake up one morning, like almost stomach flu-like you're just throwing up because your stomach can't hold anything down. I don't know. So I do feel sick a lot. I don't throw up as often anymore. I don't know what that was, why I was throwing up for months on, every single day almost, or every other day. But I do have breathing issues, gaining weight. I'm always extremely tired where I just can't stay awake, and that's just really hard. And then, yeah, the pain on my right side. So, kind of wanted to update you there. There's not really much. It's not changed a lot. A lot of things have come and gone throughout the process. But, yeah, I just do my medication every day that I have to, I guess, live off of. I did talk to one YouTuber, Gabby DiMartino. She helped me a lot through part of the time. This was back when I had my seizures. This was literally the day before I had my seizure. I talked to her and she really kind of helped me through and made me feel not so alone about what's going on. And yeah. But I think that's really all the updates I have for you guys. Because I don't know if you guys actually cared about that, but I know I talked about it and then I just kind of don't talk about it anymore just because I've become so over it that there's no updates, there's no answers except, I guess, iron and hypo. But yeah, so I think that should be it of all the updates. So if you guys want more content from me, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and like this video if you like it or want to just help me get out there, because YouTube doesn't like me sometimes and just doesn't want to get my YouTube videos out there. Also share this video if you want to get me out there a little. I don't know why you would share this video, actually. Don't share this video. I don't really care. Also comment any videos, suggestions you like below and I'll try to get them out for you. Right now I do not have Wi-Fi. And I don't have a job to have Wi-Fi. So, I'm currently working on that, but I do go to Starbucks to... I used to go to a friend, but that's not working right now. So, I do go to Starbucks. Sorry, my mind is like everywhere. So, I do go to Starbucks to get videos up. Try to at least. And yeah. So, if you want to help me out and give me some suggestions down below, that would help me a lot. And... yeah, if you want to follow me on any of my social medias like Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook, that'll be linked down below. That's where I'll upload. That is where I update you guys if I'm going to upload that week or anything like that. I know the past couple 2 week-ish, week and a half-ish, I don't know how long, 2 weeks, I don't know. It's been a little bit, pretty much I don't have Wi-Fi. And things have been going on that I don't know if I'll update you guys of what happened. There's just kind of... lot has gone on, and I'm gonna get these 2 videos. I have 2 videos for you guys already filmed. I guess this one and another one filmed for you guys. So yeah, but that's where I'm gonna update you guys if I'm gonna upload that week. Usually I do, but yeah, I just hope to see you all in my next video. Bye.
I've patrolled these empty thoughts before, but I'm fixed now on the cure. I'm holding on to the lost rock on the mountaintop, and I'm begging for your love. Do you remember the type of folk we used to be and the simple souls we used to see?